He needs a ride. He needs a ride to a safe place.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Somewhere between science and superstition.
We have such sights to show you.
Strange Eons.
Welcome to Strange Eons Radio. That's Eric over there.
Yeah.
That's Vanessa over there.
Hello.
And I think, F. Kelly.
Are we on a show?
I was like, where am
podcast?
I?
We're in your home.
It's an AI
Is
podcast.
there a phone number we should call? Is there anything we need to get a hold of?
Nope. Just take what you want and
10 months in a van.
yeah, let the Eric.
Yes.
Dune 3 is selling out showings 8 months early.
Jesus. I didn't think Dune 2 did that well.
I was going to ask you, I didn't even bother with Dune 2. Are they just moving into a new book, or is this still adapting Dune?
Pretty sure it's still the first one. It might lead into, I think, Children of Dune.
Yeah, it's got to have a little bit of Children of Dune in there.
Because that's where they really start to show what an ass the guy that everybody loves is. Like, no.
Paul Atreides.
Paul Atreides is not the wonderful guy, wonderful leader that is portrayed in the.
You know all those visions he kept having where he was going to become like a warlord and like a mass murderer.
So it says here, Warner Brothers quietly dropped IMAX 70mm tickets on Monday. Now, this is a couple weeks back. With no announcement or countdown clock. Just 19 theaters, one 7 p.m. showing per night. Over opening weekends, tickets sold out in minutes.
Wow.
Each ticket comes with a strip of actual 70mm film from the movie.
Nice.
Which is funny because I'm sure this was all shot digitally. So they're transferring it to film and then
for the blow up for the
for the IMAX, of course, right?
Yeah, that's the thing is though, like these strips of film that are always like, oh my god, like you can make a zillion of these things.
Well, get this. Each ticket comes with a strip of actual 70mm film from the movie, but the aftermarket is where things get fun. One ticket already sold on eBay for $999.
I feel like, man, you can't wait like to see it on like Friday or Saturday. Like you're gonna spend $1,000.
I'm not the best person to ask that because of the three of us, I'm usually the one that watches the newest movies last, and I really don't have a that.
Yeah.
But
this is kind of your thing.
That is a
too,
level
right?
of FOMO.
Yeah, but
that's unreal.
You don't need to be there first or second.
No. I would like to see IMAX because with all the stuff that was going on when 2 came out, I never got to see it in theater. So I would like to see 3 in the theater. I was even kind of thinking, this would be fun for you. If they did like one time long ago, Dean and I went and saw Die Hard 1 through 5 in the theater. And if they did that with Dune 1 through 3, I'd be like, okay, I think I could do that.
Jesus Christ.
That'd probably be an easier watch than Die Hard 1 through 5.
It was a surreal experience. The movie seemed to last like 45 minutes. I mean, everything seemed like
blended in together and
they were a lot more fun, actually.
Interesting.
I watched, I think it was 5 later on and go, wow, this is so much worse than I remember it being in the
5
theater.
is so terrible because I saw that in theaters and was like,
here's the problem. I am an old man, and if I'm in a theater for 3 hours plus, I'm going to fall asleep. And if the thing is lasting 6 hours and I wake up, I'm like, what movie am I in? Same fucking actors?
I say it's all deserts. Must still be Dune.
we need to get you to get a tattoo of a phone number to call, somebody to gather you.
What? Somebody call this number. I need to be picked up.
I need an assist for this guy who's sleeping and losing consciousness and coming back and doesn't know where he is, doesn't know what is happening. He needs a ride.
Boy.
He needs a ride to a safe place.
Getting old is a drag.
It is. I get it. I'm tired all the time. So
I have already forgot what you guys are talking about. I think I am talking about Invincible.
Excellent.
Okay.
I am caught up on that one.
Yeah, so new season of Invincible is out. It's fun. It's super gory.
as always.
Yeah,
But
there was one episode that I'm like, you remind me, was this in the comics
was
where
not.
he goes down to hell and
I'm
meets
going,
the devil?
because I've read the series like 3 times. I'm going, I really don't remember this. Is this like an offshoot? Yeah, because they've done a couple offshoot episodes or issues. And no, it was an idea that he wanted to do, but
Kirkman wanted to do?
but
Okay.
didn't do it for the comic because it for whatever reason he decided not to do it. And they said, "Well, I'm going to do it for this."
Pretty ballsy. He goes down, he finds out that the devil is not a bad guy. He actually helps him get power back from the person who's kind of running hell, which is not the place that we think it is at all. It's been blown up.
Yeah, it's another dimension.
Yeah.
But it's basically completely. It should have been a one shot like they did his wife's.
Oh, that's right.
One shot.
That would have been a good one shot.
Because it has no bearing to what before and no bearing to what happens after.
Absolutely zero.
So who is it who goes down to hell? Is it the Invincible?
Yeah. And then I remember watching it and I was like, I'm not loving this episode for some reason. And then the news comes out and it's lowest rated episode of Invincible ever. And I was like, oh boy, what's this? 6.7.
Shit. That's pretty high.
That's how much everybody loves this show. Is the lowest rated episode is still a 6.7 on
it had
IMDb.
Bruce Campbell doing one of the voices. It had a couple real big voices. Yeah, some of the demons were
okay.
So that helped.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're getting into the Viltrum War, which was a pretty great storyline, and it is as gory as ever. So
they do a great job of creating the comic without beat by beat doing the comic. It's a really nice way to do this.
Last season the one-off that wasn't an issue was we got to see the bad guys living together and how hard it was their struggle to make things happen. And that one touched me a lot more than this hell one did.
Oh yeah. Yes, that was much better. And it provided context to the characters in the show, where this is just
bottle.
I'm thinking because they sort of left it slightly open. They left it open-ended at the end. I'm going, is she going to come back in the future?
Yeah, and also it was kind of nice that Invincible leaves. He's like, I'm not sure I feel good about any of the stuff I have accomplished here for you guys. You are still very demonic looking, and the stuff that you're doing is not something I approve of. Yep.
Did it all land at the same time, or is it coming out weekly?
Weekly. Okay. So when an episode like this happens, you're kind of left going, there's a lot going on that I wish we would get to.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
So
traveling
I'm
across the universe.
I'm waiting now. That's actually quite nice.
It's still everything else though. They're doing quite well.
Excellent.
The scene with Ultimate Man Ultimate Man and his wife
Omni-Man.
His wife is great.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So
I don't know if you can hear this at home, but we are recording this on a boat.
Yes.
So if you're hearing the creaking of the timbers, have no fear.
Shiver.
We're all having a swell time.
There's swell coming up over the edge.
Anyway, that's Invincible. It's on Prime. I'm still watching it.
Excellent. Well, last night I checked out, instead of seeing Ready or Not 2, which I alluded to last week,
Sounds like
I saw Super Mario Galaxy.
Tell me all about this. Is this animated?
Yeah, it's animated. It's just like the previous Mario movie. It's the same cast, same same style.
Remind me what the previous Mario movies were. I didn't realize we had big budget animated Mario movies.
It was a huge success.
Yeah, they had a big hit. Was it last year?
Yeah, I think it was last year. Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I remember seeing it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and it unfortunately stars Chris Pratt as Mario, which is a very strange choice. But luckily you do kind of forget pretty quickly that that's who's starring in it, which is good because he's become irritable to me in certain
Slightly
ways.
sanctimonious individual.
Yeah, a little bit intolerable as a human being, but that's okay. It was, you know what, as somebody who grew up with the Mario games and was able to recognize a lot of the references, and that's the joy of the first one, is just being like, oh my God, that theme song, oh my gosh, that moment, oh, this character, blah, blah, blah. This one brings in some of the larger Nintendo universe in it because they're celebrating Nintendo 40 years.
That's it? Seems like
I know, I was going to say, I think
It's Mario
40.
40
Oh,
years. I think
Mario.
Is it Mario?
Nintendo's been around since,
The-
A long time.
yeah, I think it was a
that-
publishing house or something. So 1940s or something.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well,
It's probably Mario then.
yeah, it might be Mario 40 years, but yeah, so they're starting to bring in some of the other Nintendo stuff, and I really enjoyed it. It had a pretty good humor. The plot is weird. The plot is kind of janky and doesn't do quite what you'd think. Bowser's played by Jack Black, which is a lot of fun. I think he has a great time with the role. They bring in a few new actors. We got Brie Larson playing Princess Rosalina. But the thing that I really enjoy about it, outside of just having neat little references and music and moments where I'm immediately brought back to like 6-year-old me trying to jump over lava, I'm like, oh, I remember this so well. It's just burned in here. They do a lot of neat stuff with the art style that reminds me a lot of Into the Spider-Verse, where there's moments where they introduce different characters or they're talking about different things and they switch. Like at one point, they Mario and Peach are trying to fight against Bowser's son, and it goes into like the NES screen and just like building out like the level and showing like what they're doing, and then going back to him being like, press, 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 I want this fireball, I want this, and you just see the little boop, boop, and they have a lot of fun with the art style, and I think that's great. They have like some kind of puppetry stuff in there. I don't know. I appreciated that. So I don't know. It was pretty fun. It's nice to go to a movie sometimes that's filled with kids because it just has a different vibe to it. It's just
In the other Mario movie, was that also
I can't remember if they messed with
what's
the
his
art
name?
style
Chris
a bit.
Pratt?
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was I think it was a big backlash moment in pre-production before they released, because everyone's like, you cast Chris Pratt as Mario? Like, that is a choice. And Mario does not have a strong accent in these movies.
Oh, because he has a strong accent, doesn't he? So what are we going to do? We're going to ask an Italian guy, hey, we really need you to Italian this.
Italian. Yeah, Luigi makes up for it because Luigi does a very Italian
Okay.
impression.
Who plays Luigi? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was fun. I think it was like big and exciting and perfect popcorn movie.
So you mentioned Into the Spider-Verse, which we're still fucking waiting for this. But last episode you talked about Project Hail Mary, which is Lord and Miller. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, watching that movie, I was like, oh, all right. I guess if I don't get my Into the Spider-Verse sequel on time, you're at least still making amazing movies. So we're not getting it until next year.
The next Spider-Verse movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a 5-year.
They need to hire the Star Trek guys and just put everything out and do 4 seasons after they only have one unshown.
God. Last one that they put out pretty quickly, I remember they got a lot of backlash for like abusing artists and making them work too hard. So I wonder if they were like, we're gonna take it easy on these guys and
give me my entertainment. I don't care. Are those guys getting paid well?
Probably not.
Not usually. No, the artists that do like the digital art and stuff don't get paid very well at all. What was it in the first Super Mario Galaxy? Was Charlie Day?
Yeah, it's Charlie Day.
Okay.
As Luigi?
Yeah. Guy from Sunny, Always Sunny.
Yeah, and they have some really fun special, like, you'll have some fun Nintendo. Anybody who grew up with a Nintendo will be like, fuck, oh my God, it's this other character and it's being voiced by this other cool person. So who's the guy who is showing up and absolutely everything is the new action star right now?
Not Glenn Powell?
Yes, Glenn Powell. He voices one of the characters in this, and it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun moment. I did not expect it, so why not, man?
That's easy paycheck, isn't it?
Yeah.
To voice work.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. Chris Pratt, you don't have enough fucking money. You got to take voice work too from everybody.
And it's not the first.
Also, he's drinking baby blood.
Oh, for sure. But he's like super Christian, so
they drink the blood of Christ, so you can, or some of them. I guess that's Catholic.
As a Catholic, I'm offended right now.
Super Christian. Yeah.
Sorry.
We trans something or another.
It's some weird like sect or something down in LA that he joined that people are a little more critical about. I don't I don't know.
He's pretty into his god.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it. Do your fucking job. What about you, Eric?
I watched The Boys.
Yeah?
I think it's 3 or 4 episodes out so far.
I think I might be behind on one.
And it continues to be quite good. I like it so far.
Straying further and further away from the comics.
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of-
I kind of was watching, is this like, more successfully, but is this like Game of Thrones where they ran out of book and they just started writing their own shit now?
Right.
But it's the one with the college, I thought was
Gen V.
Yeah, I watched like 2 episodes. I'm going, I
Couldn't finish.
This, on the other hand, I think is still good. Carl Urban, of course, so much fun, and Anthony Starr as Homelander is one of the best psychotic characters.
Oh my God.
Very scary.
He stresses. I mean, we were talking about this off air, but he stresses me the fuck out, that guy. And like, then you see him just in real life sitting there on a chair talking about his shit, and you're like, you're just a dude
With his adorable accent and everything. And
I think that's part of why it works. He's so perfect looking for, what you'd put on a poster to be the American superhero.
yeah, when you see him out of character and he smiles and you can see the smile like in his eye, you're like, oh, okay. Not a fucking robot, not a psychopath, hopefully. But yeah, he is.
He's mastered this. You're right. He's mastered the smile with your mouth and dead in your eyes look somehow.
God, yeah.
He's so good at that.
I read an amusing thing on the writers going, we thought we'd just go batshit crazy and have, the new president and all this stuff be doing things that had never happened. And we're kind of behind the times. It's like we needed to make it even crazier because some of the stuff they label as being crazy, that's been done. Oh, that's been done. Oh, that's been done. But the execution is just so good. That silly scene. Have you seen with The Rock?
Yes.
Giant, I mean, it's just so dumb, but
Not
it's so
the
much
actor,
fun
The
to
Rock,
watch.
but
The big giant rock guy is quite large.
Yeah.
Just, and that's partly because the characters are all so much fun. And it's just, even when the show's a little, the people are still enjoyable.
Well, let's see. I follow super racist. I can't remember her name. The Asian woman who's just fucking gorgeous. Follow her
Firecracker. Valerie Curry. That you mean? The character who plays Firecracker, the woman
character who plays, she was just called the woman in the comic, the Asian that doesn't talk and now talks this season.
Yeah.
And you hear her lovely light voice. I follow her, Anthony Starr, and who plays Huey?
Karen Fukuhara.
Oh,
I know it's what's his name's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid. I follow all of them on Instagram, and I love that they all seem to love each other and so that's so interesting to see them getting along and laughing and everything, and then at odds with each other in the show. Like when Homelander grabbed Huey this time and was like, why would they risk their lives for such an uninteresting person and all that? And you just feel like the disdain he has for this character. And then you see them all laughing together in the behind the scenes shots. And you're like, well, I guess I'm glad that they all like each other in real life, because he is, like you say, a very scary individual.
I mean, how many seasons in are we at this point?
I think this is the fifth. But they keep saying this is the final season. So apparently they're wrapping it up.
Which, I always like to see a show do when they were like, you know what? We've reached the point where we need to stop this.
Well, this is also Eric Kripke of Supernatural, who basically had a 5-year storyline and wrapped it up and then left, and they let it go on for another 10 years.
Yeah, 21 seasons, I think, 21 seasons.
So hopefully that's not what happens with this show.
Yeah.
That's on Prime. I am really enjoying that one too. Okay, I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about a show I don't quite get.
Okay.
Maul, Shadow Lord from Star Wars.
Oh, I did not watch this, but
I have not seen.
I've been told that I'm not allowed to watch it until I see all of the Clone Wars. So
Oh well,
Is this
you're
an
gonna just
animated?
watch fucking 7 seasons.
I
of
know
a
that's why I'm like,
series
well,
that-
I guess I'll
Is
wait
it
then.
animated?
Yeah, it is animated. It looks really cool. It's got like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god.
I'm like, this show is boring the fuck out of me, and I'm like, I like this character, and I like this timeline we are at in the Star Wars universe, but I think I need a little more out of this show. I love that the guy who voices Maul is still working and getting voiceover work. He was the vampire in Being Human. And he's been in other shows that I've always liked him in. So I'm really happy he's doing stuff. I'm like, oh, why don't I love this? This should be something I like. It's a crime syndicate in the middle of the Star Wars universe. I should love this. And for whatever reason, I'm
Yeah, people definitely disagree with you on this one.
yeah, I'm snoring through this. But I'm going to keep watching because it looks really cool.
This is peak Star Wars. Surprisingly dark, compelling. Star Wars is back.
Yeah, I think I've just gotten old, and I'm like, I can't find joy in the Mandalorian and Grogu or Maul Shadow Lord. So that's all right. I'll put the number on my wrist.
We just need to have somebody who's available in case you're lost,
Kelly doesn't like Star Wars anymore.
All right, somebody, we need help right now. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Well, at your behest, actually, you were talking about Mercy. And so
Another Chris Pratt.
I was doing my taxes. I was sitting at my computer and happened to look at Amazon and thought, you know what? I'm gonna watch this movie right now.
What did you think?
It is so much better than I had thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, except for like that ending, right? It's really good until it's not. Oh, really?
Yeah, I just was like, whatever. Like, it's fine. It's very predictable. I wasn't offended by it. I was just like, this is just a
I
very
thought for
boring
such a smart movie, it was a really dumb ending.
It just felt very like obvious, like they didn't have a smart way to get out of there. Like they were just like, all right.
Still think I bet you original draft of the script did, and the studio comes down and says, we got to get some fucking action in this.
You trying to tell me that Amazon tipped the scales in a way that made something worse for them?
I feel like somebody was like, boring, too talky.
But I had such a good time. And it reminded me a lot of Searching and what's the other one? Missing. Like,
oh, the computer.
Yeah, just like I really enjoy that, like sitting there and like looking through footage, getting a hold of people. And I kind of figured out what was happening not too far in, because there are only so many actors who are on different varying levels of famous.
Right.
And so I was like, you seem to be one of the more well-known actors that I'm aware of. I wonder if you will be heavily involved in what's going on.
It's always such a bad tell. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've read Steve's takes on Scream 7. And that's one of the things, is like they've got a certain level of stars in there. Like, really? That's okay. I thought they were going to be red herring. Well,
that's the bummer, because the first Scream, that was the push against that, was our highest known actor is killed immediately, and you're like, oh, I kind of thought she was the hero of this movie.
I mean,
our final girl is
taken off on the psycho.
But that's not what's happening in Scream 7. So
that's a bummer.
Yeah, but that's sort of like any episode of LA Law or any of those kind of courtroom shows where it's like there's that one actor who's sort of recognizable. They show up for like a scene. Oh, well, I guess they're the guilty party.
Yeah, I guess they do that in Mercy. I don't know. I think that I was just so surprised by how much I was liking it that it was a letdown for me at the end, that it turned into a car chase.
I think I already knew. I was like, yeah.
You were pre-warned.
I was pre-warned. So I was waiting for it to get a lot stupider than it did. And so I was like, oh, I mean,
It wasn't nearly as stupid as Kelly made it sound.
Yeah. I mean, it's not great, but it's, I've sat through far more disappointing sci-fi in my time. So the journey was very, very exciting. And I like how close to things going wrong there are moments in this movie. I don't want to give things away.
I also like how he's got to get under, what was it, 86%
Yeah.
guilty, this arbitrary number of guilt. And I was like, I'm not sure that was worth 6% of being not guilty. How did it drop that much?
It is quite funny. Or sometimes it should have dropped his score much more, and she'll give him like 1 point, and you're like, hey,
This AI is a fucking asshole.
this is a dick, man.
Got the worst AI judge.
Give me another judge.
But that's a free one, right? That's on Prime, I
That's
think.
free. It's available on Prime. It was an easy watch, and kept me cozy while I was doing taxes, which is always appreciated.
Yeah, you could do much worse.
Yep.
Alrighty. Another good show. Daredevil, Born Again.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
This show is great.
It is so goddamn good. They do just about everything right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to
I agree.
It's hard to come up with too much that they made wrong. It's really cool with the 4th episode where they finally give Fisk that presence that he's always had in the comics,
Well,
which they never really did.
Except I'm pushing back against this prohibition boxing match with my mayor. I'm like,
See, that's why I said this feels very Fisk-like, where it's his ego got a certain point to where it's I've got to prove how tough I am.
I've read enough of the comics that I spent the entire match going like through my fingers.
when is he going to kill him?
Yeah, I
When
was
is the
like, he's
guy's
gonna
head
fucking
gonna
murder him.
come off?
He's gonna, because Fisk, I mean, he's often drawn as like a square. He's such a big, brutal dude.
I
And
mean, we are
just-
going to have UFC fights in the White House here in a couple months. So,
Yeah, I know. But thankfully not with Trump, actually.
yeah, he won't be fighting. But Fisk, Fisk is, I guess it's because he wants to show he's the strongest. And
Yeah.
I feel that fits his character. He's been shown he's like, I'm the smartest, but now I'm going to show him also this.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't know where to draw the line. That's the thing. He's never known when to stop.
The only problem I really have with the show is that what is happening while this is happening? Where is Spider-Man, who is living in the same city?
Right.
Where is,
that's always a problem, especially with these smaller
Yeah.
hero stories.
but now that we're
And
in
it's
a
kind of
Marvel universe
big.
that interacts with each other, I'm like, Spider-Man has
And
got to
Kamala
be...
should be.
I think I
Yeah.
saw what's her name? The woman that was in the Defenders is going to show
Yeah,
up. in a
I
couple
see.
Apparently,
episodes.
all the Defenders might be showing up.
Punisher and obviously
Punisher's going to have his own mini series.
One
So I
shot,
don't know if
actually.
he's
I
going
think
to
it's
be.
just a
Just a
Or
one
sorry,
shot.
one
yeah.
shot. Yeah.
That looks like it's going to be fun too. So I'm really enjoying this
From what I've
this
heard,
Disney version of Daredevil.
it apparently, which is a weird thing to say out loud, but apparently it ends extremely well. So I wonder if they are going to bring in some of these extra people that we haven't seen around. We shall.
Yeah, I've been seeing things on Iron Fist and
Yeah.
some of the others maybe, but
I never
internet
watched
rumors.
a minute of Iron Fist, so I have nothing to contribute.
That
to
was
that
was a rough one because I love Iron Fist and Power Man was one of
Yeah.
my top like 70s comics. as a
It
kid.
would have helped if they had given him at least the mask.
Yeah.
And the problem is you got to wade through a lot of Iron Fist shit to get to the good parts,
Yep.
which are like right at the end of the series. So
It gets pretty good, but it's way too late, and the show was done by then. It was just vilified.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I agree. I've been enjoying Daredevil a lot. There's definitely like editing moments where I'm like, but aside from that, I think story wise and character wise, like I'm digging it. I don't know if I love the girl though. What's her name? The blonde that they brought back.
Karen?
Karen, I'm like,
Deborah Ann.
I don't need to watch this girl like work out. Like she doesn't look buff at all. And then she like takes down that guy. And I was like, really? I don't know.
feel like she's kind of the heart of the show, to be honest. She's the person who's
The
still
grounding.
who's still got a strong moral compass.
No, she's the one who's like, we need to get these people murdered.
Well, I'm not saying her moral compass is pointing in the right direction,
Oh, okay.
but
But
she's
she
like,
has a-
she's like, I feel like she's got a plan, and obviously she and Daredevil are going to end up butting heads at some point, and maybe in a fight or something. But I thought for sure she was going to kill
Yeah.
somebody,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
When
he
she-
is so anti-killing.
Yeah, when she captured that one guy, I didn't think she was going to be capturing that one guy. I was like, oh,
I do think it's funny though that she like had a tussle with that guy in an alley somewhere and then dragged him several blocks up. The little things like that where I was like, that's just kind of comical to me, but that's okay.
I agree. I also loved Daredevil's response. As soon as he gets in the room, he's like, "What did you do?"
Yeah, it's horrible.
And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it." Also, I fucking love the black costume. I'm not a huge fan of the DD on it, but
Cinematically, it works.
Are you guys
really well?
Are you guys enjoying the bullseye stuff?
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I love how crazy he has always been, but now him basically equating himself with Daredevil, I'm like, of course he would think he's now one of the good guys.
Yep. Yeah, it fits. And Dean is watching, going, "What the fuck is with this guy, Daredevil?" Because she's not read the Daredevil comics and stuff, and it's nice that they gave Karen. There's a couple really, really dark storylines for Karen, and they avoided those, which I think was a smart idea.
Yeah, I think for the series, we don't need to see her turn into a heroin addict who sells Daredevil's identity.
Oh goodness. Oh dear.
Gets AIDS.
But I would have loved to have seen, I don't know what we're going to get with Elektra. And I kind of like, I really love this Wilson Fisk, but I don't think he has to be Daredevil's enemy all of the time. I think that he can be, wherever, and we can get the hand back and stuff like that.
I did like the introduction to a little bit more of Fisk's Do It guy. The guy who, because he's omnipresent in some of the Fisk comic books, and he hasn't been real present until now. And it's like the introduction of basically of him. It's like, oh, all right, you finally brought him on. Cool.
I like the introduction of Matt Lillard's characters too.
Oh yeah,
just having that extra little tension where you're like, I don't know what quite your deal is. I don't know what, but like the fact you're rocking Fisk's boat is really fun.
I also feel like Lillard is writing his own dialogue, or at least he's
probably
improvising on a lot of it, because a lot of it is his voice for sure.
Yeah. Apparently, Vincent D'Onofrio was very uncomfortable with him in character on set.
Oh.
I mean, they're not as real people; they're fine, but his character is so unnerving to him in the way he does that. And after reading that, watching him, I read that and then I watched the episode where they're in the warehouse, and I was like, he's really using that, because he looked so uncomfortable in that. It's like, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And of
Good
course,
show.
Charlie is just
he's killing it.
Presence.
Oh yeah,
Killing it. I can't imagine anybody else as Daredevil ever again. I'm sorry, Charlie Cox. You will be playing Daredevil until you die.
I'm sure he'd love it.
Yes, he seems pretty excited about it.
I also love that little flash where he grabs the guy's gun and points it at him and then smiles. And you're just like, first of all, this looks like a blind guy smiling. And also it's such a jolt where they kind of like, oh, fuck. And then he just proceeds to beat them all to death with it.
That's right.
The best of the Marvel series?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it might be too.
I have to remember all the Marvel series, but I really did enjoy WandaVision a lot.
WandaVision was good, but it had some padded.
I think this feels
episodes.
this feels the most true to comic books all around, like comic book nature.
Yeah.
I think
And I
character to screen adaptation, I think that's, for me, why it's so good.
Yeah.
Power Man was really good. Daredevil's really good. Jessica Jones was good.
Good.
I think her coming into this world
Wonder
could be
Man.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Punisher, I thought was really
Punisher
good.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think overall, as far as like character to comic, because the Wanda one is more Marvel movies.
Yeah, 100%.
Character to television.
Yeah.
Which it did very well.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think you're right. And yeah, definitely this has moments where I can just see the pages that it was using. Like you can just feel, and the way that physics work and the way that it just feels so much more inhabiting of that universe and that character in a way that's very nice, because there are so many times that Marvel's picked up characters and been like, we'll just completely rewrite you. You're just somebody completely different now. We'll just use the name and maybe the power, and that's the only like.
And the fight scenes are done so well, and like the bullseye in the cafe.
Yeah.
and they're just shot incredibly well and realistic to a comic action where it's okay, it's not fully realistic, but it's realistic for the world it sits in so well.
Totally.
Just, I don't know, they pull off a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I love it. All right, guys, how about we take a little break, and then when we come back, we are going to be talking about the ninth configuration.
Attention, Star Team. This is your final equipment check. Secure Star Team space helmet. Check Star Team belt equipment. Communicator, scanner scope, life support system, anti-gravity tool, belt unit complete. Check ionization nebulizer. All systems go. Prepare to depart, LeBird, and good luck. Explore deep space. Collect each unit of official Star Team space equipment and join the Star Team.
And we are back. Guys, we're still continuing with this new format of we each pick, or, I picked a movie this time and I made you guys watch it. And now we're going to discuss it.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to hear what you think of this very strange movie that sometimes I wonder why I love so much.
That's cool. That's cool.
This movie is The Ninth Configuration.
Captain Cutshall.
Vincent.
In order for life to have appeared spontaneously on Earth, there first had to be hundreds of millions of protein molecules of the ninth configuration.
Vincent.
But given the size of the planet Earth, do you know how long it would take for just one of these protein molecules to appear entirely by chance?
Vincent.
Roughly 10 to the 243rd power billions of years. And I find that far, far more fantastic than simply believing in a God.
From 1980. It was written and produced and directed by William Peter Blatty. Blatty wrote the novel The Exorcist and the screenplay for the film, for which he won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. He refused anything to do with its sequel, The Exorcist II, The Heretic, but in 1988 he wrote his own sequel, Legion, as a novel, and then wrote and directed the film adaptation, which was, of course, Exorcist III. But in 1966, Blatty had written a novel called Twinkle, Twinkle, Killer Kane, then reworked it into the novel The Ninth Configuration in 1978. So this is after he has gotten his Academy Award for The Exorcist. And that novel is what this movie is based on. It stars Stacy Keach, Scott Wilson, Jason Miller, Neville Brand, Robert Loggia, Tom Atkins, and even Richard Lynch in a very small role. So we open the film with this lovely shot of a NASA rocket on the launch pad, and then the moon starts rising behind it, and it is fucking gigantic.
It is a big moon. I was like, is Earth about to get crashed by the moon?
It is so cool looking, and if it was ever that close, we would just have monster tidal waves constantly. So it is a really, really striking image. And this turns out to be the dream of a patient in a mental ward, and he is pretty much our main protagonist. His name is Billy Cutshaw, and we learn that he is an astronaut who aborted a moon launch and was dragged screaming from the capsule, suffering from a mental breakdown. He is played by Scott Wilson. I don't know if you guys recognize him from The Walking Dead. Very young and pretty handsome looking.
Yeah, I did not recognize him, but the whole time I was like, this guy is incredible.
He's got
He's really good.
Yeah. So Captain Cutshaw is supposed to be the same astronaut from the party scene in the movie The Exorcist. During the party, Reagan comes down and stands in front of him and tells him, "You're going to die up there," and then she urinates all over the floor. I would have loved a scene where he says, "A little girl told me I was going to die up there, and that's why I'm so scared." But
that would have tied in really well.
It never happens. Also, it should be noted that the character in the movie and the book The Exorcist is unnamed. So the tie really only comes from the author of both books, who claims he is the same person. But I guess he would know.
Yeah.
We have been told by a narrator at the beginning of the film that in the early 1970s, at the end of the Vietnam War, the U.S. government is using a castle somewhere in the Pacific Northwest as an insane asylum for military personnel. There's so much PTSD going on that the government thinks that most of these patients are faking it.
This castle is out of control.
This castle, which is fucking amazing, is not in the Pacific Northwest.
I can't imagine where. Does it even exist? It's crazy.
It is real. The first few minutes, I'm going, am I watching the right movie? Because it is Slaughterhouse 5.
Yeah.
Is shot there, and it's a very similar kind of opening with a sort of a military-esque nutso people. I'm like going, wow. Yeah. But no, that's in Czech Republic.
Oh, interesting.
Hungary, yeah. We don't have anything like that here, unfortunately.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware. I mean, we've got the Masonic Temple up in south of Burien, and that's going to get destroyed pretty soon. So.
Oh, they're getting
they're going to demolish it.
Wow.
Yeah. But we do not, as far as I'm aware, have a castle sitting around in the middle of the woods.
Right, in the foggy forests.
That awesome drive up to it and everything.
It's a big space to hold 12 guys or whatever, 15 guys.
Well, that is part of the problem is we have to assume there's more than that there. At least we see there are guards at the gate and stuff like that, but we never really see who else is.
Plus there's scenes where there's a lot of people sitting around that you haven't seen before.
I guess I just assumed everybody at the beginning who wander outside, or everybody that's in there.
That's just who we're dealing with. And that's part of this film is how much of this is real? How much are we seeing through a particular person's eyes and everything? So a new psychiatrist has arrived to take care of the treatment of the patients. This is Colonel Hudson Kane, played by Stacy Keach. And there's another psychiatrist here, Colonel Fell, who helps Kane as he deals with the patients, who are all pretty fucking eccentric. One of them thinks he's Superman. One of them is attempting to stage Shakespeare plays with a cast of dogs. One of them is pretending to be a doctor, and we think he is actually the doctor until the real doctor shows up and has him taken away. By the way, that doctor who has stolen the doctor's pants, that's William Peter Blatty.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I wondered if he made an appearance. Did you see the Pazuzu statue?
Yes.
In this.
I missed this.
It's a pretty prominent shot coming down, which is one of the gargoyles of the castle.
Oh, sure. I mean, and some of the statues in this castle are
terrifying.
Crazy.
Yeah. But they make them more likable by having the dog sleep in the statue of Death's lap and stuff like that. So
good point, yes.
I'm guessing those statues are props.
They had to be made.
Very, very specific looking.
Yeah. So we don't know exactly how Kane plans on treating everybody, but he makes sure that his door is always open to anyone who wants to come in and talk to him at any time, which they do, mostly to comedic effect, except for Captain Cutshaw, who's clearly having an existential crisis. And Cutshaw and Kane, they have numerous discussions about the existence of God, the idea of goodness and humanity, that kind of thing. And that's when we kind of start finding out that Kane is having his own issues. He constantly has nightmares of his brother, Vincent, who was a former patient of his and a murderer. He calls him a murderer, but these would be like war crimes, all the people he has killed in Vietnam.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like that, I don't know, I was almost instantly like, there's something up with this guy.
Yeah, pretty quick.
He never really seems okay.
It's probably a giveaway a little too early in the film because Kane acts so strangely that you are immediately put on guard and you start going, is this a Shutter Island situation where he is also a patient? And spoiler, it is a Shutter Island situation. He is the person he thinks he is dreaming about. Right. So
it's definitely, it felt very clear to me because he's so quiet, he's so reserved, he just lets the patient sort of bulldoze him all the time, and you're like, this Because like there's therapy where you're like, ha, I know what I'm doing here. And then there's therapy where you're like, okay.
But also, his patients are so over the top.
I know.
There's not a lot of room for him to ever suggest anything.
Yeah, the few of them feel like they're, and they kind of hint at this a little bit, although I don't think they pay it off, that a few of them are amping it up.
Yeah.
They're faking what's going on.
That's what the whole thing at the beginning, the narration says, that the government is pretty sure that most of these people are faking it.
Yeah.
So in
which
entertaining
tracks.
ways.
Yeah, so the first half of the film has kind of the style of a comic farce. And it frequently blurs the line between the sane and the insane. So the inmates are all doing their thing, and whether they're sane or insane is not really that big of a question because it's mostly like played for laughs, right? But then there's a scene, I don't know if you guys saw this, and it surprises me every time, where in the background, one of the patients goes floating very slowly by with a jetpack, and there are soldiers chasing him, and you're like, this is not possible. So what am I watching?
I completely missed that.
And then like the stretch, they bring a stretcher afterwards, but they don't pick anybody up and bring them back. It's like it's quite bizarre.
Huh.
If you go back and watch it, you're gonna be surprised because it's not quite as background as you make it sound. It's
but it's so weird that you're like, was that real? And if so, what kind of movie am I watching then?
Yeah.
So the second half of the film becomes quite a bit darker as it delves into the central issues of human suffering, sacrifice, and faith. So at one point, Kane takes Cutshaw to a church service, which of course is probably a mistake.
Yeah, it's like, I hope you weren't thinking he was going to be quiet through this, because that seems very silly.
Nice outfit too.
Yeah, he interrupts the service several times, and this is at the point where we get a flashback from Kane to Vietnam, where he has cut off the head of a Vietnamese boy.
Dark.
Which is it's a pretty intense shot, because I was like, even this time, I was like, I don't remember them showing the head that time. I thought that they cut that out, but when they return to the castle, Cutshaw thanks Kane and asks him to send him a sign of proof of the afterlife if Kane dies first. And Kane promises to try. So obviously, we know that's going to happen.
There's a great moment in the film, I think it's before this, where the real doctor the guy tells him about the killer, and the doctor steps out of the door and breaks down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, my first thought is everyone here nuts, or is there something coming up?
So that's the nice twist, is that the real doctor is actually his brother.
Yeah, the guy you think is a medical doctor is actually
and that the doctor that we're dealing with, Kane, is the murderer.
Yeah,
that he thinks is dead. So there's a lot going on in this movie. It's pretty easy to follow, but it still gives itself away way too early, I think.
Yeah. Well, it is definitely that.
I think some of it's too, I think it tips its hand too early, because like I feel like when it actually reveals each of the big beats, you're like, yeah, okay, like we're in second act, we're in third act, but there's definitely moments where you're like, wait, like Kane is definitely freaking crazy.
My note was that the change of tone is impressive. I can't really say twist, but damn, what a switch.
It is a switch for sure, yeah.
Would you say the tone shift happens like at the bar bit, or like when the guy,
I think it happens before that.
Yeah, I think it's before.
Yeah, so his big breakdown comes with the arrival of a new patient who recognizes him as this guy, and then he basically collapses. And when he is revived, has no memory of it or anything. So his mind is basically pushing out anything that has to do with him being this person.
I thought the new patient was in his imagination.
No, because at the, well, we'll get to that, but he is at the part where the doctor reveals to everybody what's happening. And he has agreed to go along with this.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Pretty wacky treatment.
Yeah.
Yes. The extreme.
Only is it the 70s? Only in the 1970s.
So yeah, the papers that were mistakenly sent to Kane were also correctly sent to his brother. And there is a moment, if you're paying close attention towards the beginning, where the other psychiatrist there, who turns out to be his brother, he says, I only just got here last week myself.
Yeah, later I just assumed that he was saying that to like throw him off, but no, you're right. That's
The
crazy.
papers were sent mistakenly to one and correctly to the other.
Oh, that's interesting.
So he explains to a group of the soldiers there that Kane has created a new persona for himself, a healer, like him, like his brother. And he is subconsciously hoping to heal people to make up for his murders, all the people he killed during the war. This is where it's like, okay, realizing Kane's mental state, the Army psychiatric staff has gone all in on maintaining the charade, sending Kane to the hospital under the pretext of being its commanding officer, when in reality his brother, Colonel Fell, has been running the place. It's pretty fucking hard to swallow.
Yeah.
So have they been in on it the whole time, or they're only in on it when
The
he tells
inmates
them?
aren't in on it.
Oh, okay.
And the soldiers are now being
Okay.
let in on
Because
it.
that one soldier guy who's like the hard ass looks so terrified of Kane earlier.
Yeah, there is. So maybe they are supposed to.
Because that would make sense if he knew. Because otherwise, I was like, really, like you're really taking this
When he
like soft
threatened-
ass.
When he threatened him,
Yeah.
you're saying he knew that was a very, very
Oh.
serious threat.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
That's-
very good
it
point.
was, I was just like, it was a really surprising. I don't know. Yeah.
This is probably the 8th time I've seen this film, and each time I get kind of a new insight into it. So that's a good point. Yeah, I think maybe the soldiers did. That means, though, that scene where he's explaining basically to the audience what is happening,
Yeah.
those soldiers don't really need to be there.
Yeah.
Because if they're already in on it, then why is he explaining it to them?
Yeah. That is totally the confusing part.
Yeah. Anyhow, during all of this, Cutshaw has escaped the castle and he visits a bar where he is recognized by a kind of silly, vicious biker gang who start brutalizing him.
The
These
eye
guys.
makeup on that guy was like,
I
What's
was like,
he
that
does
guy's out of the
reveal?
Road Warrior.
He like,
Yes.
takes off his
Yeah.
glasses and the like makeup with the wing tipped like eyeliner. I'm like, is this supposed to be scarier than with you with the glasses on? Because this is very goofy.
Yeah, and so Kane finally shows up there. Why he is allowed to go there alone
yeah, I was like, what?
is
Oh yeah, that's.
But anyhow, the bikers start assaulting him as well, and he humbles himself over and over in an attempt to extricate Cutshaw. But when the gang finally tries to rape Cutshaw, basically, Kane finally snaps and kills most of them with his bare hands. This is a scene that is too long in the humbling and too short in the
Yes.
killing.
The
Yeah.
humbling, it feels like such a long scene overall. I'm like, we are still in this bar. And yeah, the humbling bit. And like, I thought I had to rewatch the bit where he licks the beer on the ground.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they're so disgusted and turned off. I was like, did somebody pee? Was this actually vomit? Did he vomit and then he licked it? Because this is like, they're reacting very, like, I don't know. I've been drunk enough that I've probably done some stupid shit. I don't think anybody was like, oh no, like, it's
I
just
think
some
what they're
beer on the floor.
disgusted in is that he has allowed himself to be degraded in this.
No, but it's still like, it just felt so extreme. Every shot of like 3 or 4 different people being like,
And that's why when he does start finally killing everybody or beating everybody up, I wanted it so over the top. I wanted it to be Sam Raimi. I wanted it to grab the guy's head and tear it out with the spine attached like the Predator, like a yowcha. And I really wanted him to go insane. And he does go insane, and he beats the shit out of everybody there and kills a few of the people. And then Kane and Cutshaw return to the castle, and the police arrive to arrest Kane for the murders at the bar. His brother says, he's under my control, guys. No need to.
Yeah, I was like,
don't worry about it. You can just leave him here. I was
I
like,
don't think he is.
I was so happy that the cops were like, we're going to arrest him anyway.
Yeah.
go ahead and get him ready and bring him on down.
Yeah. And then, so meanwhile, Kane and Cutshaw are upstairs. Kane is wrapped up in a blanket, and he seems kind of out of it. And they have their big discussion about God and proof of human goodness before Kane finally passes out. And you think that he's just passed out from all of the stuff that's going on. But
Until.
But yeah, we see that a knife drops out of Kane's hand, and he has killed himself, effectively giving his life to provide proof of human goodness to Cutshaw. We also reveal, or Cutshaw reveals, that he did not want to go to the moon because he was terrified of dying alone in space, which seems to kind of bring him back to himself.
Yeah.
I did wonder how much Cutshaw was crazy through this whole thing. Like, I was like, he's got to be faking it
He seemed
from the beginning.
he seemed the most.
Because he's so smart.
Yeah, he was so clever in some of the lines he said, and
That
like
is
the Oedipus Rex
unfortunately
line.
that is unfortunately a problem with Peter Blatty's writing. Is everyone is really fucking smart.
Everyone is very smart. I think they also had that shot where Cutshaw like wakes up, or he wakes up and he looks out the window and he seems like super normal.
Yeah.
And then so from
And
there,
he talks to the other guy a couple times aside.
Yeah.
Where they seem like they're both. Those two are both faking, and they're the most fun, goofy, crazy guys there.
Yeah. So then we get a scene that probably should have been spelled out a little better, at least at the beginning of it, where several months have passed because the castle has been deserted now. Cutshaw returns. He's wearing his uniform, so he's obviously been let back into service.
It's madness to me.
NASA.
How desperate was like the government to like have people in there that they were like, he's been in a mental institute for quite a while, but it's fine. He can come back on.
And we decided he was fine after a bar brawl where several people were murdered.
Nothing to say here. Move along.
Yeah. He has with him a letter from Kane, which expresses hope that his sacrifice will somehow shock Cutshaw back to sanity. While he's in the abandoned castle, Kane's office door slowly creaks open. And I'm like, this is a beautiful way to end this movie. You know, my door is always open, that kind of thing. And then they go a little further with it. With him, he finds the St. Christopher's medal in the car and has perhaps the most ill-timed freeze frame.
It's so bad.
That 70s frame through the credits.
We're gonna look at this for a long time, guys. Strap in.
It's like he sees the coin and he's like, ah! And then freeze frame there. It's like, it's in the way that you move it. But instead they go into some kind of anti-war 70s song.
Well, you know.
Curious on your thoughts of the film. Did you guys like it?
It was so bonkers. I thought the ninth configuration in my head from looking at the box art and just somehow deciding this in my brain that it was like a dude versus like the Antichrist movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And so watching like it start off like Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I was like, what? I was very wrong. And it gets so farcical when the minute that dog that looks like a mop, you're like, wow, they made a like fake dog. It's just out of mops, and then it gets up and
moves. I know every scene with that dog. I'm like, that one's not real. That's just a stuffed animal or something.
And then it'll do something.
It's a real breed of dog. I don't know what it's called, but
it's crazy.
What the hell?
I mean, there was part of me that wondered if they did just put mops on a dog, but I was
look like it.
Yeah, I was like, where am I?
Well, that's the same kind of dog as the human in Fraggle Rock had, isn't it? He had a Muppet dog, but I think it was.
Yeah, you're right.
It looks exactly like that. Oh my God. But no, by the time we got to the end, I think I knew that I was digging it when they had the moon scene and then like Jesus Christ on a cross.
What a fucking shot, man.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah, I was like, that's been used promotionally a lot, which is very strange because it's like
it certainly doesn't.
Out of context, it's really, really weird.
Yeah, that is the cover that the Criterion release has, is the astronaut standing in front of Jesus crucified on the moon. And I'm like, well, with the name, the ninth configuration in this, you're going to be very confused when you start watching this movie.
Yeah, that was like the wrong thing to show for sure. Like seeing all the inmates and having that really farcical, crazy first half was, I did not expect that. I was very, very shocked. And then I think by the end, I was like, I think I really like a lot about this movie, but the pacing is a little
Pacing is a little wonky. I mean, watching it this time, I was like, I don't know why I love this movie so much. It makes no sense in some places,
Sure.
and it's not a good enough reveal because you're half expecting that pretty early on.
Well,
Stacy Keach goes a little nuts a little too early.
You think they needed to show more of his murders too, because they were like, oh, he's Killer Kane, but we only see that one kill.
But I think that how do we show it without tipping us off pretty clearly?
Oh no, I mean during the reveal.
Oh,
like
okay.
During the big reveal that he is who that is. Like when they're already doing a kind of montage of flashback stuff. Like I wanted to see a little bit more because everyone's like, oh, that guy is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, he's crazy, but like why don't you say like he's crazy for that one kill he did? Because he did one really crazy kill. And I didn't see anything else about any other murders. I don't know.
Well, and he talks about, I cut off his head and he kept talking. And I was like, well, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see how crazy you are.
Yeah.
Is the head in your hands and it's talking to you?
Well, his crazy is just like standing there looking very blankly and like upset into nothing. Like that is his form of crazy. And I feel like we could do with a little bit of variety.
The bar scene could have been the moment for that too.
Yeah.
Because I think the reputation that Vietnam had at that time as an entity in movies was, you just said somebody did a lot of crazy shit, and then the newsreels of the time and stuff like that play through people's heads because it was so much more visceral then when this was made. I think that's probably why they didn't feel they needed to do that at that time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you watch like Deer Hunter, which is considered crazy violent just because of that one scene, it's really not. There's not a lot that happens. There's not a lot that happens in that movie, period. But the one scene was enough to blanket the whole film.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I liked it a lot more. I can absolutely see how it can never release it as Exorcist 2 or as an Exorcist.
Well, yeah.
As an Exorcist adjacent movie at best, but
Part
definitely
of the
not
whatever trilogy.
Well, he calls it his Faith trilogy.
Faith trilogy.
And I have that in the trivia how he gets around with that. But the fact that he's got the actor who plays Father Karras is in this.
Right.
And then, of course, Scott Wilson goes on to play the doctor in The Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
And the doctor who is the real doctor in this is the priest in The Exorcist 3. So they're all...
That's cool.
Yeah, they're all wound together pretty cool. young Tom Atkins without a mustache.
Smoking hot.
I was like, look at this handsome young man.
I know. The
This
whole
is
time I
how
was
he
like,
slept
who
with
is
all
this
those women.
guy? He looks good. I don't know who you are, sir.
Speaking of not looking good, I had a weird, I've watched too many bad movies or dark movies. So Joe Spinell from Maniac is the guy who's helping him do the dog Hamlet.
Oh,
It's
sure.
like he stood there, he looked up and go, oh my God. I looked up, oh shit, that is him.
I don't think I wrote anything about it, but he and Blatty were friends, and his part was not in the movie, and he was like, what if I'm just helping him do the play? So he kind of wrote himself into the movie. So I do have a little trivia. Believe it or not, this won a Saturn Award for Best Screenplay. So William Peter Blatty got that. He said he considers this movie to be the true sequel to The Exorcist. The novel and film of The Exorcist deals with the existence of both good and evil. The ninth configuration deals with the mystery of good, and then the third novel, Legion, deals with the human's punishment of evil for original sin. And he has more than once referred to this as his Faith trilogy.
That's cool.
This is pretty much an independent film. So the film was financed by Blatty and PepsiCo.
Whoa.
That explains a few things.
Well, the company had leftover funds that couldn't leave the country of Hungary. And to use them, they decided to co-finance the film. Both Pepsi and Blatty had clauses. Pepsi was to shoot the film entirely in Budapest, and Blatty's was to not have any product placement by the company. But apparently, he relented on
He
that.
lost that one.
And except that I think that's a pretty funny scene where the priest is exercising the Pepsi machine.
Yeah, that worked well.
The theme song over the main titles is San Antone by Danny Brooks. I don't know if you recognized it.
I did, but I was like, oh shit, who's this by? Who says bye?
It is also used as the main title theme for Rolling Thunder, which is also a Vietnam veteran PTSD movie. The 2022 Blu-ray release from Scream Factory has the title misspelled on the spine of the cover artwork, and it says The Ninth Coinfiguration.
Excellent. Excellent.
There's nothing worse than a misspelling on your professionally
That far.
released.
I looked
That
up.
far.
I looked up checking out what the Blu-ray availability, and that one is outrageously overpriced. So I'm
Sure.
like, I think that's probably why.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't an accident. Maybe they were like, we're gonna
We're gonna
sell out.
save
Get some
about-
coin out of this configuration.
We'll save about 50 of these and sell them on eBay.
The film has an approval rating of 80% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Leonard Maltin described the movie as hilarious yet thought-provoking with endlessly quotable dialogue and an amazing barroom fight scene.
Oh my God.
And then English film critic Mark Kermode described it as a breathtaking cocktail of philosophy, eye-popping visuals, jaw-dropping pretentiousness, rib-tickling humor, and heart-stopping action. From exotically hallucinogenic visions of a lunar crucifixion to the claustrophobic realism of a barroom brawl, Blatty directs like a man with no understanding of or interest in the supposed limits of mainstream movie making. The result is a work of matchless madness which divides audiences as spectacularly as the waves of the Red Sea, a cult classic that continues to provoke either apostolic devotion or baffled dismissal.
Amazing. I love Mark Kermode. I'm
Yeah.
a big obsessed fan.
He's right. There's a couple great lines in there. Like, I actually wrote a couple down. I remember Mama by Oedipus Rex and Two White Fang. It's like,
Yeah,
Jesus, these are clever.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Exorcist 3 kind of suffers from this too. The dialogue is just a little too smart for everybody. Everybody is very clever in William Peter Blatty movies. So, but I'm glad that you didn't hate it at least. Watching it again, I was like, I think Vanessa's going to hate this movie.
I mean, it does
It's
have
so
comedy.
weird.
But it is so weird. And I think that's part of it. I can't say I was like, ha 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 through like the first half, but it was like interesting. It was like, what is happening here? Okay. And like, why are they letting the inmates do whatever the fuck they want constantly?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That dog play. And the fact they get dogs out there for the like audition process. It's just like, who drove these dogs out here? Where did they advertise this play?
the door opens and a dog walks out, not like with a human or anything attached to it. And he's like, how dare this? They send me a Saint Bernard.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
So yeah, some good stuff, some funny stuff. This one also, I remember telling you guys about Castle Keep,
Yes.
which is a movie that I also love. I always get scenes from that confused with scenes from this because there's the same thing going on in that. This weird play of, did I just see this happen? And if so, this movie is not grounded in reality because that is not a possible scene. So like that one shot of him just floating gently on the rocket pad, or the jet pack. And I'm like, well, yeah, so is any of this movie real? Is it all in his head? So yeah, I don't know. I still love it.
Yeah, and I like what you're saying about like the idea of like who's sane and who's not sane gets so blurry between the doctor being not actually the doctor. And then I thought when they were all lined up outside in the like military formation, I thought the like hard ass guy who was dressing them down was also a patient. I was sure of it. And then it turned out that he was in fact a soldier. And I was like, what is happening right now?
It really makes me want to find, I'm sure that it's all overpriced now, a copy of Twinkle Twinkle Killer Kane, which is written in 1966 before we're involved in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
And then the Ninth Configuration book, which is a reworking of that in 78. And like, okay, these are clearly very different outcomes and stories. Yeah. So I'm confused why it would even be mentioned as a reworking of the same book.
One thing that I came across and I was curious about was that it had multiple endings. And that like there was one where what we saw where like he's got the knife that drops out of the blanket,
right.
but then there's another version where
they hint that he was injured.
stabbed during the bar fight and that he just slowly bled out and allowed himself to die.
There's a line at the end that one of the guys says that kind of hints at that.
Which
When he's carrying him down the stairs, he says something that almost sounds like he's saying he was injured in the bar fight. But then they keep going, and the note comes out and all that stuff. It's like, okay, that was just a weird.
Totally,
weird
yeah.
line.
And if you rewatch when he goes after that final guy with the eye makeup, like they don't show what happened. He's got the knife out, and they don't show beyond the window breaking, like what happens with the knife. So it's like, okay, like maybe he's had it on him the whole time, but they don't. Like you can so easily play it either way of him just because when I saw it in the movie, I was like, oh, he's killed himself. But then also was like, wait, did he? Or he's just been wounded this whole time?
Well, also, I don't know about you guys. I watched a version where they restored some footage, but they only had like 35 millimeter footage, and they've integrated it as well as possible into this new film. And I was like, oh, well, I'll be able to tell in the difference. And I couldn't tell which scenes they were. So,
oh, I just don't know.
Yeah,
I just saw whatever was on Amazon. Yeah, Prime. Whatever was on Prime.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah, what a cool pick. I'm really glad we got to
It's
watch
a
this
weirdo
movie.
one for sure.
It is really fucking weird.
Yeah,
it was a weird. I was like, "What did Kelly walk us into here? This is a strange film."
And I only came across it in like the last 10 years.
Wow.
And I just remember seeing that opening shot, and my mouth was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
So it just became one of those films that I think is very underseen.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think it's under discussed for sure. And I'm not surprised you said Criterion had a version.
Criterion, Scream Factory.
Yeah,
I think there's multiple.
It's been
releases
released
of
a
it.
few times, but I don't know like if there's a definitive version.
Right.
I always lean towards Criterion, but that's not always true.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? It's not currently, I don't think it's currently available by anybody. Pricing indication of the stuff that's out there.
Well, Eric, that means it's your pick for the next film.
That's right. I think staying with this one movie thing, unless a whole bunch of you tell us, will you stop fucking doing that?
Right.
We're waiting for your call.
Wait momentarily for the number to call. But keeping even in the same area and helping Kelly recover from my last pick, I think I go for an area I know you love, 70s sci-fi.
Oh, all right.
Westworld.
Never heard of it.
The Yul Brynner original that had a really good one season.
Oh, right.
In, I don't know, HBO or something a few years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I love this movie. And then, you know how you get stuck on reels on Instagram or something? I was watching something really cool, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was Westworld Season 3 or something.
Really?
And I was like, God damn it, am I going to have to go back and actually watch these other seasons?
I
don't remember
bailed
much of
partway into 2. So
Yeah, me too, I think. But the movie, remember, good. And this is a little bit because Arrow just put out a cool special edition.
Oh,
version.
okay. Excellent.
Ooh.
So you're going to have all sorts of cool trivia for us. Man, I fucking love that movie. So yeah, I thank you.
one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. Just wait till his next pick.
That's right. Let's see
Oh,
here.
all right. Well, now's the time where we say thanks to everybody out there who's helping in whatever way you want to help this podcast. Everything you do puts a little air into the sails of this pirate ship we've got here. That includes sending your hard-earned cash. If money is tight, and money is tight, right?
Yeah.
We really appreciate a nice review left on one of the review sites, liking and sharing the posts, telling people about the podcast, interacting with us on the Strange Eons Radio Talk page on Facebook, leaving a voice message.
Yeah, why don't you give us a call on the Strange Eons Radio hotline? Sorry, I don't know where I was. I was not here.
Just listening to the spiel. That's a damn good spiel.
That's a good spiel. Tell me more, Kelly. You can call us or text us on the Strange Eons Radio hotline. That number is 253-237-4266. We can't wait to hear from you, so please get in touch.
Do it now.
Right
what are you
now.
waiting for? We haven't had a phone call in forever.
Yeah, no kidding.
Unless like Eric's dropping the ball and not telling us about it.
I get notification. I even got the notification from Google saying, if you don't use this number,
Oh, I get those.
So,
and then I have to text myself
Yep.
the word test once every like 6 months.
The same word I used.
Yeah. Like, aha, I still have the number. But you could prevent this from
That's
happening
right.
to us if you just leave us a message on 253-237-4266.
All right. That's it. We were going to be back in 2 short weeks, and we are going to be talking about Westworld. See you next time.
Transportation and other considerations for Strange Eons Radio produced by Pan Am Airlines. When you think of traveling, think of Pan Am. You can't beat the experience. Guests of Strange Eons Radio stay at Econo Lodge Everett. It's an easy stop on the road, if you know what we mean. Strange Eons Radio is recorded live in front of a studio audience. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving us a positive review on your favorite podcast app. Sit, Ubu, sit.
All right, somebody, we need help right now.